president must know that this is a bad time for our nation. We must look for foreign support to save this nation.
World news, sport, music,
just want me with you like guys.
and many more. To listen to our programs, follow us live on all our social media platforms on Facebook at Aluri Radio, Twitter and Instagram at Aluri Radio. You can also subscribe on our YouTube page on Aluri Radio. Make sure you click on the notification bell so you know when we are live. This is Aluri Radio, the voice of Oyo State.
Your day has gotten a lot better. You can stand a chance of winning amazing prizes every month on Alore Radio. How to participate? Follow us on our Facebook page on Alore Radio. Share our program links on all your social media platforms. The person with the highest shared links win our amazing monthly prizes. Share, listen to Alore Radio, the voice of Oyo State.
I can't believe my eyes. I can't believe my eyes. Oh no, I can't believe my eyes. Back in the day when I was nobody. Back in the day when there was no money. Poverty day and it was not funny. For visiting day, nobody come for me. But I thank my papa, and I thank my mama. Them they walk and pray, on top say it no easy, brother. He been pay me gaga. Story, oh. Allow me to tell my story, God. Glory, oh. Papa make you take the glory, God. Now my story, oh. Allow me to tell my story, God. Glory, oh. Papa make you take the glory, God. Eba mi juba fún baba lókè. Etwale fún baba lókè. Ẹgbẹ́ gba ọpẹ́ o yẹ̀yẹ́. Ẹgbẹ́ gba ọpẹ́ o yẹ̀yẹ́. Ẹ bá mi júbà fún baba lókè. Etwale fún baba lókè. Ẹgbẹ́ gba ọpẹ́ o yẹ̀yẹ́. Ẹgbẹ́ gba ọpẹ́ o yẹ̀yẹ́. I can't believe my eyes. Now me be this my guy. I must be dreaming. Now me don't make up. Oh. Baba no gree let go. This got me thinking. Now so you save my soul from all the trappings. So on top of that cross, he make my music blow. He give me riches. So allow me to dey talk story, oh. Allow me to tell my story, God. Glory, oh. Papa make you take the glory, God. Story, oh. Yeah. Allow me to tell my story, God. Glory, oh. Papa make you take the glory, God. I can't believe my eyes. I can't believe my eyes.
Welcome once again to my Cake Story Naija show on Alure Radio, GSM Studio, Ministry of Information, Culture and Tourism. And I am your host, ADETUNJI. And my guest is already in the studio and it promises to be an amazing time again today. So stay with us. Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome on the show.
Thank you.
It's good to see you again.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, let me do a quick backstory because I have to tell this story. This amazing woman here, for people who grew up in Ibadan in the 90s, Alpha Photos. Alpha Photos was my go-to studio for personal shots. And then I remember that I would take my dad's camera to school I suggested it to my friends. I don't worry, we have a good camera. I'll bring you to school. We'll take pictures. Then I'll go and watch the film at our photos. I was a regular face at our photos.
Thank you.
And then years later, I met her through a platform for women in business, and I was like, this is the lady I used to see her picture in the studio. So it's good to have you on the show.
Thank
today.
you. Thank
Welcome.
you. Thank you.
Please introduce yourself to our listeners, our viewers.
My name is Oluwafunbi Fadugba Alfred, and I'm the creative director of Maipassion Cakes and Events in Ibadan, an indigenous bakery, community bakery, and we're into mass production of bread, snacks, and ready-to-go cake.
Wow. Like when I met you during On Point Success in Ibadan.
Okay,
And
meet
that-
hang out.
that- you know, like we're already there, and then this lady walked in, looking so classy and beautiful. And then I connected the face. I've seen this face before. I've seen this face before.
You didn't
And
tell
then I
me.
remember, I didn't tell you that day.
You didn't tell me
We
that
had this
day.
conversation before.
No, this is a
Wow,
Yes.
wow, I escaped my mind. But I was like, I know this lady. I've seen this lady before. Like he looks very familiar. And then when we now had to get to challenge together
for the
I was
training.
like, hey, she's the one, she's the one, she's the one. So I'm so happy to have you here and to have you as a colleague in the baking industry.
industry.
So how did you get into baking? What informed it?
Okay, when I was a younger girl, growing up, I loved being in the kitchen. I love baking. I love bringing out something unique, creating recipes on my own. I remember then, the first cake I baked at age 8, I used a pen casing to decorate it. Like,
Wow.
royal icing.
Yeah,
That was then
then.
royal icing. Just make the icing sugar very watery. I was like, and use it to decorate the cake. So
Wow.
and I knew then that okay, I was going to end up in the food industry as a baker or as a caterer.
Wow.
So I started with catering years back. I ran a restaurant or two there about some 10, 12
Wow.
years back. But then I still didn't feel very comfortable, until I started baking and started baking as a business 5 years ago.
5 years ago.
But before then, I baked for family and friends. I baked in the house. I baked for church members. And my mom also has a pastry outlet in Ibadan.
Okay.
So she was making the same way I make pastries in mass production now.
Wow.
My mom made pastries.
Oh.
So growing up in the bakery with her, I would just say, Mom, don't worry, let me create a recipe for her. And most of when they had issues, then I remember that I would tell her, don't worry, I'll just
come up
with something to solve the problem. So
Wow.
baking for me has been so interesting and not just a career. I see it as a ministry. It's beyond just
We have to come in there.
yeah. Baking for me is beyond making money. Because when I started 5 years ago, at that time I was down. I was frustrated. I didn't know what next to do. And I remember, I can't forget at all. I can never forget that. And I went for convention at the redemption camp, and Baba Deboye made a prophecy about what I'm doing now. And I just said, this is my word. This is the word I came here for. And I didn't plan it. And by the time I got on, in 3 weeks, I started my office.
Wow.
It wasn't as if I planned to start baking when I started 5 years ago. Though I knew I was going to start baking, but
not at that time.
not at the time. And within 3 weeks, my business center store, a very small office, I turned it to to a small baking store, and I was just selling to my customers. What I was selling now to my dad's customers. They were my target audience. I said, "Don't worry, this thing. I've gotten this message," and I turned my business center. I had a store where I was doing business center, typing, stationery, and I turned that very small space, and I was selling solely to the people in the studio, not people outside. And before I knew it, because it was God's inspired, like I said, it's a ministry, and God bless the business.
Wow, amazing! I really like that. You got a word.
Yes.
And you ran with it. That was the most important thing. If you had not run with the word 5 years ago, this would have been 5 years later.
Still waiting for it,
and
to I want to say something about that. in business, as in any kind of business, baking, any career you find yourself doing, try to get your bearing with God, because challenges will always come. A lot of challenges, and what has kept me during the down times in this business is I know I was led by God, and that's big kind of strength, a kind of big energy for me. That no matter what kind of storm, I always push through. Though it's not always easy,
Of course.
Yeah, but that's knowing that this I'm not doing this because I want to do it. Fine, I want to make money.
But
I
at
want
the
to.
same time,
I want to have a better livelihood. But at the same time, I'm doing it according to the word of God. I was led to start it, so it makes it so easy for me. Creating recipes, teaching people. I do it with passion. I don't just teach. I don't just bake.
the passion reflects in your business name.
I don't just bake. Every time when I'm in the bakery, every time when I'm teaching, I do it with a lot of strength from me. I do it with kind of, when the lady is in love.
I've been a facilitator at one of your trainings.
When you're in love now,
So
when you're in love,
I understand that passion.
the way you do. So it's so. Let me see. So
that's true. That's true. Like I've seen you come up with very nice concept like this your snacks
street,
on wheel
street snacks.
Because of myself, then I know this person. So what inspired that?
We have a lot of people on the streets. Like one of my vision for this for my passion cakes and events is to make quality snacks, quality cakes, quality products for every common man on the street. You don't have to have so much for you to go to a big eatery or a big bake factory to eat quality snacks. So what we do is we bake quality products. I'm very intentional about that, and make it very, very affordable that anybody, wherever you are on the street, I tell people I'm a street lady. I sell street snacks, but selling street snacks, I sell quality street snack, affordable quality. I'm intentional about that. I'm very, very, I don't joke with that.
I can attest to that because I've had your snacks before.
Yeah, so
now what I want to say is this: the intentionality about providing quality. It's not like you are the one who first started street snacks. Street snacks have been. But then people have had different complaints about street snacks. Sometimes, like people, in fact, there was one picture I saw sometimes on social media where the person said, if you want to buy egg roll in Lagos, please open it because there was garden egg inside. And then there was this time that there was this news all over town that some people were using rats meat in Lagos, to stuff their meat pie and that it big. And then some meat pies, some people say it's only potato that is inside, and then so bringing quality to the average man.
Yes,
that is really
our cakes, our bread, our snacks. We make sure, like I said, challenges will always come. Like now that things are very, very expensive, but when you know what you're doing, you have a goal written down. You know where you're going to. Nothing would make you to shift. We have issues with materials we buy. They try to kind of cut corners now that things are very expensive. But because I already have a blueprint of what I am doing. I know where I'm heading to. I know where I'm coming from. I know what we want to achieve. So even when they do that, and sometimes it affects us because we don't know that they have changed. But it's very easy for us. It comes easier
because you already have a standard.
We already have a standard we can measure against. And like I said, my recipes are unique. They're Holy Spirit inspired. So it makes it easier for me to manipulate, to do things, and to when there are mistakes. And I have lovely customers. To all my fans out there,
shout
to
out
all my customers, I love you for the feedback. They grow with me. I'm not just growing alone. I say that because, like I said, what I'm doing, I'm working to make profit, to have a better life, but at the same time, I'm working according to the leading of God. So people out there, when I make mistakes, they call me and they tell me, Maipassion, what happened? They say, I didn't know, they correct it, and it makes it so the work easier for me.
And that's a treasure to have people that can call your attention to something that is missing.
My customers,
they already know the standard.
They know the standard
you have, and then when there's something off, and then you being willing to accept feedback, you know, whether
I appreciate that so much. They know the
awesome.
standard we started with. They know what we offer, and anytime we have, most time when we are buying material, ingredients,
yes, that's
a lot
right.
of, you know, now
That's
a lot
true.
of experience about
That's
that.
true.
But this, I love you guys.
Thank you all.
Thank you all.
Wow, that is like you've gone right into some of the questions I have here. So somehow you can say your mom inspired you on this journey, because
Well,
I wanted
my
to ask
mom,
that.
yes,
What inspired you? Or
let me
what
share
inspired
that.
you?
You know, my mom saw that, you this girl, with the way you are growing, you will end up in the kitchen. Oh, she knew it. So then I was in SS1 and I entered to an art class. My mom insisted and said, please, don't mind to repeat. Go for science and go and study food technology. God forgive me. But I didn't listen to her. I said, me, be in the same class with my younger sister. That no. But she tried to kind of make, but I didn't listen to her. But I don't have any regret because I'm still living my purpose now. So when I left secondary school, then she was making her snacks. What would I say? Then they used to use one word, but raw good. You know, they had two types. They make what I'm doing now. They said no, all I'm
it's quality.
everything I'm selling is.
So the lower priced one, like
then she had the lower price one. She had the one
the premium.
Yes, but me, I make premium all around. So she now said, okay, you didn't do science. Why don't you go and train? So she enrolled me in one of the good catering schools in Ibadan then, Oluwafunbi. And oh my God, all the piping techniques I know now in K. You know, piping is not so common now.
Yeah, no, people don't do that.
People
anymore.
don't do that. There is what
silk flowers and
there is what I can pipe
and molds.
They
have taken over.
royal
now.
icing.
Yeah,
Back then, and I learned royal icing. I learned the original fruit cake. You know, oh my God, I learned all of those things then. As far back as how many years ago now?
That would be in the 90s.
In the 90s, yes, late 90s. So, and doing that, you know, it made me to have, because when you have a passion, you have to train. Training is very, very important.
Very
you don't
important.
train, you know how to mix these things, you know, where to go to.
Yeah, training even reduces one's mistakes.
Yes,
because the person teaching you has made the mistakes,
mistakes,
and then the person just passes on the
experience,
the
results. So I trained from Oluwafunbi, and then she was one of the top cake makers in Ibadan then. So she trained me real icing, fruit cake, butter icing, fondant, and I also trained event decoration. But I'm not practicing that now because I have a focus. My focus is on baking now. So, and I thank my mom a lot every day because I don't know what would have happened to me if I didn't learn these things.
Wow.
So it's really helped when I wanted, like she had prepared me ahead for the future.
Thank you, mommy.
Yeah, thank you, mommy. If you're listening to me, mom, I love you. And also, before I started 5 years ago, I didn't know I was going to start when I started, but I had this urge in me that no, this thing is what I'm going to do. So I was never comfortable with doing other things. I was still baking, baking for people, churches. My sister,
but not professionally, like as a business.
Yeah, my younger sister would tell me, see, I can't give another person cake to do for me. You just have to make my cake. That was when I was only as business. So while I was in the office, I was working in my dad's office as an operation manager in the studio. Nobody knew.
Wow.
My lunchtime, I would sneak out. I would go and train.
Wow.
And advanced training in the catering school, recognized catering school. I've told the woman, see, I'm doing this. Nobody knows I'm doing this thing. I just like preparing myself ahead. I didn't know when I was going to, but I just knew that there was a need for me to
prepare.
To prepare. I know what was obtainable in the market then, because I've learned in the 90s. Though I have passion for it,
trends have changed.
Trends have changed. So I was sneak during break. I was an operation manager, so nobody would query me. 2 hours. I would leave the office, go and train, I'm back. Nobody knows where I'm coming from. Wow. Nobody knows what I have gone to do. Or, but I don't have anything to do in the morning.
Go there.
I will go there because I make the timetable. As long as I have prepared other things down and everything is intact. My God did not even know that I was doing that because nothing was affected. And by the time I got the word and I said, this is the time for me to start. it made it
It
so.
was so easy to transition into
I'm
that.
telling you, it was
Wow,
so easy. And that is why
amazing.
training is very, very, very important.
Very important.
Yes,
Like
training is
it
important.
cannot be overemphasized. Training is very important. Yes. So wow. So you've been in the baking professionally, officially for 5 years.
For
now.
5 years, yes.
So now I see that you are called the pastry queen. So what informed that? How did you come about that?
Okay, yes. When I started with cake, as mainly, my passion, cakes and events. I wanted to be doing cake and to go into event. Though I also started with making some little pastries, but like you said, my concepts are unique. And by the time I started making snacks and I put my oven in front of the store outside at challenge, and put aside, the patronage was merged, and I started learning more about pastry. Everything I want to do, there is something I don't take for granted. Though. I pray, God lead me, Holy Spirit direct me. What do I do when I'm confused about a recipe? Oh, I'll just say, God, I'm here. Your child is here again. Lead me. And it's been, dealing with the Holy Spirit has been so sweet for me on this journey. So pastry came, and the recipes I didn't even learn the pastry as such. No. All my recipes they're mine. My pastry recipes are what I came together, I practice. I will come around, okay, I want to make spice. What do? I've prayed about it, and I'm always led, and I practice, okay, this thing I want to do. How will it work? So I come, I practice, then I still learn. After doing that, I still learn. So now pastry has not, I still bake cake.
But I think pastry is
what I do more.
Yes,
we make cake, we make ready
visible with your
pastries.
Yes, because
the cake is not silent, but the pastry, make cakes. Donuts.
That means
sausage
you're
rolls,
doing something very right.
Yes.
Because it's just like the pastry developed wings on its
own. And flew.
Wow.
Pastry. So and most people now, my customers, even when we left off that challenge, I went to Oluwafunbi residential area. People still call from Secretariat, from UCA, from UI, from Apete. Maipassion, any snack. They have known me with pastry for that. And
because they know that they are getting quality
and
at affordable
rate. That is very at affordable rate. From
that's really cool.
Alakia, Olodo, they call around for pastries, and they get quality at. And pastry has taken its
so now that the pastry queen.
The pastry queen, the pastry queen.
Awesome.
And I train pastry too.
Yeah,
I online training and on-site training.
Yes, we'll get to that.
Okay.
I know you do that. So, what are the profound growth markers that you've had on your journey? That when you think about the last 5 years, what are the growth points that you can say, oh, this was a growth marker, or this is a growth marker for me?
What happened? When I started, though I did mention this earlier, the vision when I was in 300 level in school, I've written it down.
Oh, wow.
When and I will start, I didn't know, but I have it written down. Everything I'm doing now has been written down. 300 level in school. We get distracted most times.
Yeah.
So when I started 5 years ago, I set goals, milestones, that at this stage, this is what I want to achieve. At this point, this is what I want to achieve. So at each of those points, because that is why writing down is very, very important.
Very important.
Very, very important.
Very important. The faintest ink is sharper than the
and I visualize these things. Okay, it has not happened. No. I begin to see it happening. This is happening. I begin to feel, not just saying it. I begin to feel
like
it.
you're in it already.
Like I'm in it already. So at each point when I need to grow, people are always there waiting for me to help me grow. I didn't grow alone. Like the first set of equipment, as in industrial tools equipment I had. If I tell you that the price I got the tools then, the first set I got, I just paid, like the person just told me to pay like quarter of the whole amount.
Wow.
I just went to Lagos, went to Alaba. I want to grow. I have prayed. I know I have to. I've set my stone. And the man said, I feel like helping you.
Wow.
Yes, it's. He said, I feel like helping you. And okay, what are the things you need? Like, this thing has happened to me many times. I feel like helping you. What do you need? And I told him, what amount do you have? This is the value of this thing. And I told them, this is what I paid. That I paid for the man is just quarter of the whole amount. So that is God. So at every point I need to grow, I always have People waiting for me to grow. People waiting for me. Even when I feel down and weak, it's not easy. But when I feel down and at a point that had been okay, there was a point that for like 1 year I felt living in a whole office, I felt down. I felt okay, I left this place. So much air. So when I needed to just get back again, there had always been people helping me to grow.
Wow.
Waiting for me, like God has always prepared them. You've been one of them. We've done training together. Then when I needed to train people, you were there. So anything I want to do is like just say it. God is ready
He has made provision.
He has
for
made
you
provision
to just step
for me.
into it. What I'm picking from that is this: like God has made all things available for everyone.
Okay. Yes.
But then it's not enough that they're available if we don't
Make
step
an effort.
into
Yeah,
it,
you have
take
to
them,
make
an effort,
an
take
effort.
steps. Because if you didn't reach out then, if
You know that I needed
needed someone that could stand in that role at the time, and others like that. If you had not taken a step to go to Alaba,
I left all the way to. I think I first of all went to Alaba to go and see where Alaba is.
Okay.
You understand? When I just took a tour, went to Alaba to say it belongs in Alaba. Where is Alaba? I just see Alaba on. I got there. Say, hey God, this is where they call Alaba. And I went back again to Alaba.
Wow.
And I thank God for my parents. They were so supportive.
Thank you, Sama.
And we now went together. We left home as early as 5:30. Then we go in Alaba. Some like I said, people are always waiting for me. We just met that guy. Okay. It now took us to this man in a corner, not even inside. His warehouse is inside. You can't know that he's there. How would I know him?
Abi.
Thank you, Mr. Mark. How would I know him? I wouldn't have known him. He now took me to that man, and that man is one of my angels in this business. You understand? At another time, I wanted to get an equipment too. I went to Alaba again. Another person was waiting to help me. I don't know them. They will just tell me they feel like
helping.
So many times, I want to tell people that when you want to take a step, don't be afraid. No matter how big that step is, just hold on to God. Everything we need, God has given it us in the universe.
That's right.
But we need to just take a step and be bold to face it. No matter how big or how challenging you think this step is, face it. Somebody is there waiting to help you. So that has been my journey in this journey. Everything when I go is like somebody is waiting already for me. And if I don't go, but nothing will happen. But when I make this step, okay, I want this. And it's not as if it's everything that I get like that. So if I now try and this does not work, I know no, God is not involved in this. You understand? But I make efforts to reach out.
That effort is the key word I'm taking from that. Like, not just waiting for things to happen, but taking steps in the direction of what we've been praying for.
You have to take steps. When
Amazing.
you pray, take steps.
Amazing. So we'll take a short music break. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Okay,
I can't believe my eyes. I can't believe my eyes. Oh no, I can't believe my eyes. Back in the day when I was nobody. Back in the day when there was no money. Poverty day and it was not funny. For visiting day, nobody come for me. But I thank my papa. And I thank my mama. Them they walk and pray, on top say it no easy, brother. He been pay me gaga. Story, oh. Allow me to tell my story, God. Glory, oh. Baba make me take the glory, God. Now my story, oh. Allow me to tell my story, God. Glory, oh. Baba make me take the glory, God. Etwale fún bàbá lókè. Ẹgbẹ́ gba ọpẹ́ o yẹ̀yẹ́. Ẹgbẹ́ gba ọpẹ́ o yẹ̀yẹ́. Ẹ bá mi júbà fún bàbá lókè. Etwale fún bàbá lókè. Ẹgbẹ́ gba ọpẹ́ o yẹ̀yẹ́. Ẹgbẹ́ gba ọpẹ́ o yẹ̀yẹ́. I can't believe my eyes. Na me be this my guy. I must be dreaming. Na me don make am o. Baba no gree let go. This got me thinking. Na so you save my soul from all the trappings. So on top of that bros, he make my music blow. He give me riches. So allow me to dey talk story oh. Allow me to tell my story, God. Glory oh. Baba make you take the glory, God. Story oh. Yeah. Allow me to tell my story, God. Glory oh. Baba make you take the glory, God. I can't believe my eyes. I can't believe my eyes. I can't believe my eyes. Oh Lord have mercy.
So now we'll be diving right in. I was asking her some questions about challenges that she has faced, since she started this journey. So I would like you to share with our people, what challenges have you faced, or is there a significant one that you'd like to share?
There are lots of challenges. Yes, if you don't face challenges, you cannot move to the next level. In fact, I used to say that I love challenging period because it makes you to see that you are more than able. You are, that you have more strength in you to do more than you think you can do. One of the challenges I faced, personnel. Personnel. When you train people and they misbehave, they go. All my bakers I train them. Theft, and you have to keep your record.
Yes.
Be in charge of your accounting, your bookkeeping. Don't joke with it. That is one of the major challenges that bring businesses down. Yes. Your bookkeeping, you have to be in charge of it and make sure that everything that you do is recorded. You take stock. You have an SOP.
Yes.
That will direct what you want to do. That even when you are not there.
Can you tell some people who may not know what SOP is?
Standard operating procedures. Just as the word implies, standard operating processes. What they need to do when you get to the bakery by 7 p.m. You need to within 7 p.m. and so time. This is what you need to do. This is the measurement. The process of your business. It applies to other businesses, to the process. So you need to create one. If you don't create one, the business, no matter how hard you work, I've been a victim of it.
There will be nothing to show.
There will be nothing to show. It's not as if everything has been good and I've had that work was coming. I've not taken my accounting serious. I had to pay for it in very very hard way. So another major challenge that I had, yes, it's over, was when I left where I started from. Challenge, that was a hit on me. This place was where they knew me. Everybody, where I started from, and it was where I grew. I invested so much
in that place.
I grew the place from, in terms of structure and everything. And I had to leave the place because they saw the place. I'm now going to a place that nobody knows me.
And
it's not even
a
residential
area,
and I have to bake from home. But then at the beginning, I saw it. It was a challenge because it affected sales, affected me emotionally, affected my student. Because of challenge, students will come. If I don't advertise, they will come.
Because
if I don't advertise sales, they will come because they see. And I had to go back and I have not been a home baker before. But do you know that every challenge is a blessing?
That's right.
And going to a residential area made me to say that I'm starting up. I had to start all over again. Actually, I had to start I had to start from the beginning again. So going back to a residential area, but now starting in a better level. I started from there actually I had to start from the beginning, from scratch, from the very very little. But after 5 years now, I see myself starting on a higher level. I have equipment, I have experience.
Yeah.
The customers I have now, you know, premium customer. All customers are premium. Yes, all customers are premium. But you know,
level.
yes, you are level. They don't price you down. The price you call, even when I'm selling affordable, they appreciate. And even when we have to walk, we still walk on the street. We see our streets now. We see our street canopy there. They love it, and the you know, the acceptance is so much that they will pack. We want this. They will pack, and they love the concept of walking on the street. I was like, I'm like, wow. So this is it. So every challenges in the business and life leads you to your place of peace. And now, before I was always busy working and work. Hours. I was sleeping. I was even sleeping in the store.
Wow.
Because I don't want them to carry my ingredient. But now I have more time for myself. I understand life better. I have more time for my children. I have more time for the family. The work is better. They can work. Now I'm here. Like, I'm at peace. I'm not worried that what will happen. They are working. But when I was before, that I thought I had a challenge, I left that place. I have to be there. So every challenge is, you know, see it. When you have challenges in business and life, stay calm. Especially when the challenge is kind of overwhelming. Stay calm. When you are calm, you know what you'll be led. Your intuition will lead you to what to do. Don't feel bad, because when you feel bad and bitter, you won't be able to think right.
That's true.
You won't be able to think right. Thank God that you have life.
Yeah.
When there is life,
there is hope.
There is hope.
That's true.
Appreciate God for that present moment. That, oh God, I'm grateful that this has come, and I'm grateful that this that has come will lead me to a better place. And God is a good God.
Yes.
Yeah, and He's a gracious God.
Yes.
So
That's
that,
right.
well, again, aside from staff, well, I don't want to say capital as challenges, because even now I've learned a lot of things about finances, how to grow finances in business, and how not to overrun. Take it one step at a time. See, that vision, you will get there. The vision is there. You've written it down. You will get there. Just take your time, one step, because if you overrun, you fall down.
That's right.
You will fall down. And when you fall, coming up again, you are bruised before you get healed. Again. So take your time, learn to save. A lot of things now, my training platform now, a lot of things I've learned over the past 1 year, that people that are coming for training now, they're so lucky, because the things they'll be learning now, they'll be happy. Like, I'm better now than I was last year, than I was 5 years ago. They'll be starting and living better than I lived or I worked through the 5 years, the first 5 years of business.
That's the blessing that comes with training.
Yes,
and training with the right person.
With the right person, yes.
Because they've made the mistakes.
Me, I'm falling over and over again. Yeah, I've been burnt.
If you not go ahead and make those mistakes, it's on you.
My new student.
You know, it's on them.
Let me do shakala for them. My new student, you have problem.
Okay.
You are blessed.
So you are hearing, no?
You are blessed. Say that coming out, they are blessed beyond measure.
Wow, amazing. So let that lead us into my next question.
Okay.
Because you mentioned something very important, you know, about your journey, like growth matters. At each point of growth, there were people, you know, already available to help you, to ease you into that growth phase. Has that in any way inspired you, you know, in training, lifting others up? Because I know you do free trainings as well.
Yes, I do free training. Yes.
Paid one. So
yes, because when I measure a small girl like me started the business without anything, with just a kitchen oven that would just bake 12 meat pie at a time, and now I can bake hundreds, thousands of meat pie at a time. When I feel that, I feel gratitude to God Almighty, and I feel I want to be help, you know, to be a blessing to other people. Like 3 years ago, before COVID, I did a training for women. Like, I trained about, there are plenty of, about 40 or 50 women free, and some of those women now, because of that training, that's what they are doing now.
Awesome, amazing.
And even before then, I've always been doing that. I have platform whereby I train widows, pastors' wives, single mothers.
Wow.
Yes, that needs. I tell them this is my own story. You can do this thing. I'm doing it. I have my masters. I'm doing it and I'm doing well with it. At least I mean, I can eat.
Yes, you are not idle.
I'm not idle.
Take care of your needs.
I'm able to take care of my needs and other people. So, and also, what I also do now because of that, okay, I see that many now the economy is so good, not to say something else. So my training now are very discounted. We cannot, because of so many reasons. We have people we do free trainings for. We cannot be doing free trainings
for
everyone.
Everyone.
But I offer very, very discounted training prices, and I mentor my trainees. I see, in fact, I don't know, a lot of women that have been training from, most of them that they are women. I want to train my passion trainers, and I'm happy seeing what they are doing, working the way I work. Most of them, 90% of them too, they are doing street snacks, and they're doing very well. I'm happy when I go to visit them and I see what they are doing. I'm like, wow, did I train this person? Do you understand? Being in locations that I can't be everywhere.
Of course.
And the
you
market
can't even
is
serve everyone.
the market is so big.
That's true.
The market is large. So being in strategic locations and they are doing well and be like, they will call me auntie. If all of them will come and say, even that can be my, they say, auntie, thank you. Every day they call me and be like, thank you for this, thank you for that. So I enjoy doing that a lot. Being a blessing, and I mentor them. I have students, who that have trained through my passion that still work and they're still doing the work.
Wow.
Yes, they have office
They have
work.
9 to 5 jobs.
They have 9 to 5 jobs, and weekends they have centers that they supply. They're like, see, auntie, thank you. There's one. She's an accountant, a chartered accountant.
Wow.
I used to call her governess because she looks so elegant, the beauty. And weekends she'll make snacks and go and sell at centers, accounts, lesson centers.
Wow.
And she'll auntie, this is what I made today. And send all those people, I say, wow, thank you.
Gives you joy.
Gives me joy. And even when I want to be like, weak, and these people are like, auntie, please, auntie, we've not been seeing you. Now what happened? I get my ginger that these people are waiting for me. The auntie, it's because of you that we are doing this. When I hear them say that, it's you that we are looking, and I feel happy that. So all the things I'm doing, I'm not just doing it for myself. I'm using it to bless other people.
That's really amazing. Well done. Because I was a facilitator for one of our free training.
Yes.
So the cake decorating session, and it was really beautiful because we even had I think we had a guy or two.
A guy.
Shawarma. And the people were like, I hope they are still working in with what they learned, because they were really encouraging.
They were
in fact, their enthusiasm was really encouraging for me as a tutor, because sometimes when you have
so happy.
Exactly, when you have people that are not, there's something it does to you, you will try to give your best, but it's different when the class is ready, energetic, and they're
ready to learn. They're willing to learn.
In fact, that day we even stayed longer than we intended, because they wanted to get it, and that was real. And it's because you had set a tone. You had done pastry, you had been doing the classes before I came on board.
I've been doing pastry classes and cake classes.
So you had set the tone
structure is there.
They saw the quality of what they were getting for free. So I think that also made them more open to putting in effort. But I remember there was a woman that her kids were in school, and she was like, and I want to say this thing to them though, but I need to pick my children from. She stayed though. Let me stay a little bit again. Eventually she had to go because the kids were in school. But it just shows that they knew they were getting value. No, there are some trainings that people will say, come more, and then you get there. It's not really something like they've blown the trumpet too much, and what was given is below what they are now. But you went above and beyond.
There's something that my students only, when I place training adverts online and I tell them it's 3 days, they will come and meet me in the bakery and be like, 3 days. How will we learn in 3 days? I said, please, I don't need more than 3 days from you, because I know what I'm going to teach you and how I'm going to teach you. A lot of them that have not even had any experience at all, they'll be like, 3 days, don't worry, stay calm. Just
follow me.
Just come with an open mind. And after the training, they'll be, so I can do this, wow. And I always like, wow, in 3 days. For my pastry training, I don't need more than 3 days from you, because I have like you said, the tone. I've set the tone. I know what I'm teaching you is a journey. It's what I've been doing. I do it every day. I've made mistakes. So I will tell you not to make the mistakes I make. So it's like you are learning on I would like
silver platter.
Yes, that is
like
it.
silver platter. When you go for training, like with the right persons, that's just the truth. Because now, for example, if you had made mistakes with your buttercream icing, now maybe something happened to you. When you've resolved that mistake, you are teaching the resolved version. You are teaching the upgraded version to the students, so they don't have to go that route and be making mistakes with it. The same thing with pastries can show somebody pepper, but somebody that has mastered it.
Pastry for me is
you
like
understand? Somebody that has mastered it now. So for somebody that has been struggling with pastries, when the person comes, you now say, oh, so is the temperature that I've been getting wrong, or is
especially on donuts, they have been getting wrong with donuts a lot because of the weather and a lot of things.
Yes.
When they now come and they now do it, we now
And
mix
they see
with
that
hands,
yes,
and the
see
donut
that-
comes fluffy,
You
foamy.
see that?
They feel like so this is the same. The result, the answer to it is the simplest way. So
that's that. So any like our listeners, our viewers, if you're interested in taking our pastry classes or whatever classes she's offering, you are free to check her out on Instagram at Maipassion Biz. Yes. She's an amazing teacher, so don't miss her. And her pastries are good, like very nice. So you can learn from her, and she's somebody that is enthusiastic about passing on knowledge. I witnessed that. So don't worry. She said she mentors. So she will not just teach you how to do the pastries.
I want to see all my students to be successful.
Yes.
She's using the baking skill to live the life of your dream.
Woo! Look at that. So take advantage of our training offers. Check out our page and then reach out to her. Yeah, so as we round up today's session, I know you're a very busy person, so how do you unwind?
Okay, how I unwind. Before now, I have been like, working, workaholic, and I discovered that this is not the best thing. And now I have, we're in on point success together.
Yeah.
It was a platform for me to unwind. Then now I have a platform of like minds women, and we have the same purpose, focus. When we come together, relax, we talk business, we talk family, how to live successfully and how to impact the society.
That's very important.
And it's under another platform.
Okay.
Under another platform, there's somebody that mentors us and teaches us every month.
Okay.
On business. Dr. Abib Olamitoye's program. I don't know if it's about it.
I don't.
Yeah. So his program has been a good program for me, and through that program, we have our own group.
Okay, that's basically for women, right?
But no,
okay.
Well, it's a like different group, but my own group.
Okay.
So we go for recreations.
Oh wow.
A lot of recreations. We go for recreation. We study together. We teach business together, and then I love playing with my children.
I still have a question about your kids. Like, is any of them towing your steps?
Hey, yes, so I have one. My daughter, first daughter, my look-alike, my twin. That one is me. As in, I call her my twin. My look-alike. Second me. I be meaning me. She loves the kitchen.
Wow.
She does pizza without me. She does it.
Really?
In
How
fact,
old is she?
Well, she's 12 now.
Okay.
She'll be 12 this year.
Okay.
But she's been doing this before now. I don't stay when they are around. I don't stay in the kitchen. I don't cook. They will cook for me.
Wow.
She can do anything. Kitchen, solid, amala, everything.
Wow.
She want me don't let me do it.
Wow, that's really interesting. That's
and my son too. Yeah, he bakes too.
Well done. Yeah, it's what they've seen you do.
My son bakes. He can bake bread.
Really?
He can without me.
Supervision.
Yes, he does.
Wow.
My son bakes. He will mind the bakery without me.
Wow.
He will supervise the bakers when I'm not there. Yes, my son. He will tell them this is the way my mommy would do it, and this is what this is how she does it.
Like the staff, production staff.
My staff will tell them, and my son will tell them that this is how it's supposed to be done.
Wow, really?
If you do it like this, you will not get this.
Wow.
So
look at that. They say children they do what they see us do.
Doing, yeah.
It wasn't that you sat them down and said, this is how you should do it, this is how you do it, but they picked it.
And even when I want to cut corner, mommy, no, you've not been doing this thing like this.
Wow.
You will tell me that if you do it like this, you will not get this result. Why don't you go through the right Sometimes maybe I'm in it, I'm like, I want to
Let me
assume.
quickly do this thing.
Let me quickly do this thing. I don't want to use the measuring spoon. Let me quickly do this thing. That, or I'm not using the scale.
Let me get
no, I'm not using the scale. Let me
let
use
me
the measuring
measure-
spoon or cup, and I'm not using the. Mommy, no, don't do
Use
that.
the scale.
Use the scale
That's
so
not
that
accurate.
you get the accurate taste.
Well done, champ. Thank you. Thank you for
you.
encouraging mommy. Well done, sis. Like, it's been amazing,
Thank you for
chatting
having
with
me.
you and hearing you
Yes.
share your story. Truly amazing. Thank you so much
Thank
for coming on
you.
the show today. And I hope that when our people come from My Cake Story Nigeria, I hope you will give them consideration.
Yes, just tell me you're from
My Cake
Cake Story
Nigeria.
Nigeria.
Yeah. So please jump on it, my people, especially you people that have been looking for opportunities to learn pastries, like good pastries.
Don't worry, we have offers.
Jump
From next
on
week, begin to see offers
it.
for our 5th anniversary offer. Yeah, so we have amazing offers for
Where's the party?
Well, we don't have a party, but we have offers to give people to say thank you, Jesus, thank God for how far
For the
we've
growth,
for the growth,
for
for the journey. So there are offers. We're going to give people interesting discounted prices for
we'll be on
training
the lookout
on
for
a product too, not just on training.
Oh
Just
yeah,
yes.
so you that you have events so that you need snacks, you better quickly
Jump on it.
go and stay on our page.
Yes, so
that you'll be able to key into the offer. Thank you once again for
thank
coming
you for
on the
having me.
show.
Thank
Yes,
you.
so thank you our viewers, listeners. Thank you for joining us today. Thank you for coming each week, to cheer us on and to be a part of the show. I remain your host, Oluwafunbi, and we'll be streaming live from GSM Studio, Ministry of Information, Culture and Tourism, Secretariat Ibadan. See you again next week. Bye.
Poverty there and it was not funny. For visiting there, nobody come for me. But I thank my papa. And I thank.
We bring you everything from breaking news,
President must know that this is a bad time for our nation. We must look for foreign support to save this nation.
world news, sport,